We all know the world needs to build faster, smarter, and way more sustainably, right? Well, one company is really at the forefront of that movement. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into DORCE, a true global leader in prefabricated modular construction, and see exactly how they're engineering the future.
So, here's what we've got on tap. We'll kick things off with a major challenge in construction today. Then, we'll see how DORCE's history of innovation is the perfect answer. We're going to break down their complete solutions, check out some incredible projects they've done around the world, and finally, see how they're focused on building a sustainable future. Let's get into it.
All right, let's start with a really big question. Imagine this. You've got a massive project on your hands. I'm talking a hospital, a military base, maybe even a whole city for thousands of people. And here's the kicker. You need it done fast, like really fast. And you can't cut a single corner on quality. So how on earth do you pull that off?
Well, believe it or not, the answer looks like this. What you're looking at right now is a complete, fully functioning city put together with unbelievable speed and precision. This, right here, is the power of what we call modern methods of construction. It takes these huge, almost impossible challenges and makes them totally achievable. And yeah, the company that can operate on this kind of scale? That's DORCE. Okay, so let's get to know the innovators who are making all of this happen. DORCE has really become the go-to partner for organizations all over the world that need these kinds of complex, prefabricated, and modular buildings. First things first, you have to appreciate their experience. We're talking more than 40 years of deep industrial expertise. That's 4 decades of perfecting their methods, delivering on promises, often in some of the toughest environments you can imagine. Look, that's not just a number on a slide, that's a rock-solid guarantee of reliability. So, who is DORCE exactly? Well, they're headquartered in Ankara, Turkey, with a core team of over 200 engineers and administrative pros. But here's the real key: their manufacturing muscle. They are one of Europe's largest manufacturers of light-gauge steel structures. That means they have the horsepower to deliver on a massive scale. And that's why they're able to serve such critical sectors all over the globe. Everything from defense and energy to humanitarian aid.
All right, so we know who they are. Now let's dig into the how. How do they pull off these incredible projects? It all comes down to their end-to-end modular solutions.
So, their whole philosophy is built around something called modern methods of construction, or MMC. What does that mean? It's actually pretty simple. You take most of the building process away from the chaotic construction site and move it into a controlled factory. You build all the pieces with incredible precision off-site, and what do you get? Faster assembly on-site, way better quality, and a whole lot less waste. It just makes sense.
And this right here, this shows you just how versatile they are. I mean, look at this. They can do everything from complete 3D building blocks, what they call volumetric modules, to super efficient light-gauge steel frames, and even really complex hybrid systems. The point is, DORCE has the right tool for any job. This is definitely not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. It means they can design the perfect, most cost-effective solution for whatever it is you need to build. And this is absolutely crucial. When we say end-to-end, we mean it. DORCE manages the entire life cycle of a project. We're talking from the very first design sketch and engineering plans, all the way through their own manufacturing, then handling the crazy logistics of getting it anywhere in the world, and finally managing the installation on site and getting it ready to go. What does that mean for you, the client? It means one point of contact, one team responsible, a totally seamless process from beginning to end. Because they handle everything, it lets them deliver a truly incredible range of projects. Think about it. Critical stuff like hospitals and clinics, super secure military bases, schools for communities, and even entire cities to house workers for huge energy or mining projects. I mean, the sheer versatility is just staggering.
Okay, so the theory sounds great, right? But as they say, the proof is in the pudding. So let's see how this all works in the real world. Let's take a look at some of DORCE's amazing global projects.
First up, we're heading to Doha, Qatar, to check out the Salal labor accommodation camp. Just take a second and look at the sheer scale of this thing. It's incredible. So this was a project for Qatar's Ministry of Municipality. DORCE handled the whole thing: engineering, procurement, and construction. And it's huge, over 77,000 square meters. But here's the really amazing part, the real testament to its quality. When the pandemic hit, the Qatari government was able to turn this entire facility into a critical quarantine complex. That just shows you how flexible and well-built these structures are.
Now let's talk about something truly innovative: mobile field hospitals. Think about a normal hospital. It's stuck in one place, and it takes years to build. Well, check this out. For the Turkish Armed Forces, DORCE created a solution that's completely mobile. It can be up and running within 2 hours of arriving on site. It can scale from 30 to 60 beds and can even handle 4 surgeries at once. For defense or disaster relief, this is an absolute game changer.
And it's not just about speed and tech. It's about how you get the job done. I mean, check out this number. On the massive NEOM project in Saudi Arabia, their team clocked 2 million man-hours. 2 million, without a single injury that caused lost time. That is just world-class safety performance, and it says everything you need to know about how professional they are.
Okay, let's wrap up by looking ahead. Because for any major company today, especially a leader, you have to be thinking about building a sustainable future. And for DORCE, this isn't an afterthought, it's a core part of who they are.
What's so cool here is that you can see a direct line between DORCE's own company policies and the big picture UN Sustainable Development Goals. So this isn't just some internal checklist for them. They're actively trying to contribute to a better, more sustainable planet in a way you can actually measure.
Their whole approach to sustainability really rests on 4 main pillars. First, a modular future, because that way of building just naturally creates less waste. Second, a worth living world, which is all about responsible practices. Third, value for human, and we just saw a perfect example of that with their incredible safety record. And finally, invest for society, which they do with every single one of these critical projects they deliver.
You know, this quote from their own policy really sums it up perfectly. They're all about delivering solutions in the harshest climates you can think of, scorching deserts, freezing polar regions, but always with an eye on protecting the environment. It's performance and principles going hand in hand.
So that really brings us to the final question, doesn't it? We've seen DORCE's capabilities, their commitment to quality, their vision for a better way to build. The only question left is, are you ready to build the future together?
Whether you're talking about entire cities for a workforce or these incredible rapid deployment hospitals, it's clear DORCE is the partner you need for complex projects. So if your next big idea demands speed, top-notch quality, and absolute certainty, you'll definitely want to learn more. Check them out at dorce.com.